We get a good look at Gate C as the fans make their way into Fenway Park for Game 3 of a four-game series between the Minnesota Twins and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox Baseball. Well, tonight we get to see the rookie Alan Webster once again. In his first outing, he gave up 3 runs, 2 were earned, but he looked pretty good. Should be a lot of fun tonight.
He really did, and I was very surprised when I saw him pitch the first time because we saw him in spring training, and he looked good down there, and he carried it right into the game at Fenway Park. He's got a fastball that can go over 95 miles per hour. I was impressed with the changeup that he throws, a good one right there, as you can see, and also the breaking ball. So he has 3 quality pitches that he can throw. Now, the question is, with more experience at the Major League level, the command will get better. And you get hurt a couple of times with fastballs down the middle of the plate that would take it for home runs. But the fact is, the more he pitches up here, the better he's going to get to know the hitters and the better he's going to do. But as far as stuff goes, he's got electric stuff.
Let's find out more about Alan Webster as we send it down to Jenny Dell.
Alan Webster said he felt very comfortable on the mound in his Major League debut back on April 21st, but he said he learned a very important lesson, and that is in the Major Leagues, if you miss your spot, you're going to pay for it. And with that, it brings us to our Geico quote of the day, and it comes from manager John Farrell on the promising start of Alan Webster. He said, "I think everyone looks forward to seeing this guy on the mound. He's got very good stuff. He shows he's got great poise in his first start, and we'll see it again tonight." Don?
David Ortiz has been on an incredible run. We'll come back and talk more about Big Papi right after this. For Game 3 of the 4-game series between the Twins and the Red Sox. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Well, it's been a lot of fun to watch David Ortiz since he's come back off the disabled list. He's been on an incredible run.
Well, John Farrell said today that he's a better hitter now than when Farrell was here as a pitching coach, and there's a lot of reasons for that. He works harder previous to games. He watches an awful lot of videotape, and he uses the whole ballpark, as we've seen so many times, center field, left field, and pulling the ball here at Fenway Park. So that's made him a better hitter, average-wise and power-wise. Tonight's Lowe's Never Stop Improving player is David Ortiz, who has now improved his hitting streak to a career-high 27 games.
Here are the numbers during the 27-game hitting streak, hitting at .423 during that time with 41 hits. Streak all began in July of last season, of course, before he had the Achilles tendon problems and missed all of spring training, has come back extremely strong. He's back in the Red Sox lineup again tonight for Game 3 of the series. We'll be back at the first pitch from Fenway right after this. To you in part by Digital Federal Credit Union, bank the DCU way. Dunkin' Donuts, Toyota's official site for deals, via Toyota.com. And by Southwest Airlines. And welcome inside Fenway Park as we get ready for Game 3 of the 4-game series between the Red Sox and the Minnesota Twins. Red Sox able to take Game 1 of the series, while the Twins bounced back last night to take Game 2. We have tonight and tomorrow, and tonight we could be dodging the raindrops. The lights are on here. The tarp was on the field for most of the afternoon, but we are starting here tonight without any precipitation to begin the ball game. Lights are on here at Fenway already. And the Red Sox are about to take the field, and here they come. As the Red Sox take the field, let's check out the Twins batting order. It's brought to you tonight by Jordan's Furniture. Jamie Carroll leads it off at second base. Second straight night he's been in the leadoff spot. Joe Mauer back to doing the catching. He bats second with Josh Willingham in left field batting third. Justin Morneau at first base in the cleanup spot. Trevor Plouffe is at third base with Ryan Dohm at the DH. Oswaldo Arcia is in right field with Aaron Hicks in center. And Pedro Florimon is at shortstop. He bats ninth for the Minnesota Twins. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Red Sox is Alan Webster. His numbers with the Paw Sox this season at 4 starts was 1-0 with a 2.70 earned run average in 20 innings, 26 strikeouts to 6 walks. And opponents hitting at 171 against Alan Webster, about to make his second major league start.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you on Nessun Plus by Southwest Airlines, and the Red Sox are 10th in the league with 19 errors in 33 games. Pedro Siriaco will be at third base. Steven Drew, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. Mike Napoli, the first baseman. Left to right, Johnny Gomes, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Shane Victorino. And Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for Webster.
Umpiring crew, Ed Hickox has the plate, calling the balls and strikes with Lance Barksdale at first base, Corey Blazer at second base, and the crew chief, Jeff Nelson, is the umpire at third. Tonight's game is available in Spanish by pushing the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Kind of a raw, chilly night here at Fenway Park. It's 63 degrees, but the breeze is in from right at 12 miles per hour. And there is a chance of showers in the area throughout the night as we start on time here tonight at Fenway Park. And here comes Jamie Carroll to get it started for the Minnesota Twins. They're winning at 273 with no home runs and 3 runs batted in. Mauer and Willingham to bat in the inning. Home umpire Ed Hickox gets the word it's okay to start, and here we go. First pitch of the ball game is in there for strike one, and we're underway. Webster recalled yesterday from Pawtucket, making his second career major league appearance tonight. He made 2 starts in Pawtucket in between starts in the majors. And that is strike 2.
A couple of fastballs to start out with at 95 miles an hour from Webster.
23-year-old, the youngest pitcher to appear in a game since the guy that he is replacing in the rotation, Felix Dubron, who did it in 2010 at 22 years of age. 0-2 pitch. There's a foul off to the right, out of play. One guy younger to appear for the Red Sox this season than Alan Webster was Jackie Bradley Jr. 0-2 pitch on the way. And a swing and a miss. Nice start for Alan Webster. Strikes out the first batter he faces tonight.
Now that's the pitch that impressed me last time that we saw Webster pitch here at the big league level, the changeup. He is not afraid to throw that pitch. And a very good one right there after a couple of 95-mile-an-hour fastballs.
One down in the first inning. Joe Mauer, the batter. Now we're hitting under 300, not by much, hitting at 298 coming into tonight's action. 2 homers and 10 runs batted in as he takes ball 1. We're riding a 6-game hitting streak coming into tonight's action at 333. He is 4 for 9 in the series against the Red Sox with 3 doubles in the series already. That'll miss at 95, and it is 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. First full season for Webster in the Red Sox organization after, of course, being part of the big deal. Brought James Loney over. Beckett, Crawford, Gonzalez, and Punto going to the Dodgers on the 25th. As this pitch will miss inside for ball 4, and Maurer will head down to first base. So a strikeout and a walk to start the night for Webster. And Josh Willingham coming up. Willingham at 235 with 5 home runs and 14 runs batted in. First outing for Webster was against Kansas City, which he went 6 innings, giving it 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 were earned. Willingham, after the first pitch, fouls it back.
Obviously, nobody in this lineup for the Minnesota Twins has ever faced Webster in the past. All getting their first look at him tonight.
In the dirt, corralled by Saltalamacchia, and the count evens at 1-1. He became the first Red Sox pitcher to allow 2 earned runs or less in at least 6 innings in his first major league game since Justin Masterson, April 24th of 2008. That was against the Angels. Masterson gave up just 1 earned run in 6 innings in his debut. That's inside, and it's 2-1 now to Willingham. The 5 Ks, the most by a Red Sox pitcher in a major league debut since Buchholz. They did it in August of 07. That also was against the Angels. This is just high, and Webster falls behind 3-1. Justin Morneau waiting on deck here for the Twins. Inside, and back-to-back walks allowed by Webster with 1 out here in the first inning. Well, this year the Red Sox will celebrate the 60th anniversary of their partnership with the Jimmy Fund. We salute sponsors like H.B. Hood, who helped make the Jimmy Fund a major beneficiary of the Red Sox Foundation.
The last time out for the Red Sox, Webster only walked 1 in the 6 innings he pitched against Kansas City. Already 2 walks here in the first inning.
Well, Justin Morneau coming up. He is tied for the most grounded into double plays for the Twins. He's got 4 on the year. As Webster would love to induce one right here with runners at first and second and 1 out. Morneau takes ball 1. Joffrey Lupul has scored for the Toronto Maple Leafs, who gets his 3rd goal of the series. And the Leafs on top 1-0. Up and away, and it's 2-0.
Juan Nieves out of the Red Sox dugout trying to get Webster to calm down a little bit. He's tried all of his pitches, his fastball, his changeup, having difficulty throwing it for strikes right now.
Coming up tomorrow on Dennis and Callahan, DNC will break down Game 4 between the Bruins and Maple Leafs, as well as speak with Red Sox General Manager Ben Cherington. It all begins at 6 a.m. here on Nesson and on 93.7 WEI-FM. One out in the first inning. Runners at first and second, and Justin Morneau waiting on a 2-0 pitch. And he lines it down the right field line. This one hop up into the seats. Ground rule double. And this will plate one run for the Minnesota Twins. The fact that it jumped up into the seats may have helped the Red Sox there.
What a great time to swing the bat. I mean, you got a kid out there that's in the first inning, a little bit wild. He gets a visit from the pitching coach. You pretty much know he's coming in with a fastball, and it's probably going to be for a strike, and Morneau jumps all over it. One hop into the stands for the ground rule double. It is a little bit of a break for the Red Sox, because certainly 2 runs would have scored.
Morneau has always hit well here at Fenway Park, a .377 hitter here at Fenway. And now second and third with one out is Trevor Plouffe, the batter. And he'll hit a fly ball out to center field. Ellsbury headed back. Got a beat on it. He'll make the catch plenty deep enough for both runners to tag up. And scoring from third is Willingham with the Twins' second run. And Minnesota takes a 2-0 lead. Sac fly for Trevor Plouffe, who picks up his 9th RBI of the season.
And right away, the walks hurt Alan Webster in the start tonight. 2 walks here in the first inning. After that, a double, the sacrifice fly, and a very quick 2-0 Minnesota lead.
And both guys who walked, Maurer and Willingham, both score here in the first, and is not yet out of it is Ryan Doumit, now the batter. And a strike one over the outside corner. Doumit 2 for 6 in the series with a home run and a run batted in. Down on the count 0-2. Doumit hits one high in the air to deep right field. Back goes Victorino at the wall. It is gone into the bullpen. Doumit with his second home run of the series. This one's a 2-run shot, and the Minnesota Twins jump out to a 4-0 lead.
Now again, we talked about control, and you're going to see a fastball right here, right down the middle of the plate, that Doumit takes into the Red Sox bullpen. There's the fastball. You see the location right over the middle of the plate and right about thigh high. That's where Doumit likes it, and he loses it.
So 4-0 Minnesota as Waldo Arcia got the start in game 1, takes a swing and a miss for strike 1. And the highest amount of pitches thrown in an inning for Webster in his first outing was 23. This is pitch number 24, and it's carved foul. 0-2. So a tough first inning here so far for Webster. A couple of walks, double, and a home run mixed in, and it's 4-0 Twins. 0-2 on the breaking ball, misses. 1-2. Garcia in the first game of the series was 1 for 4 as he hits it. .255 for the season. Back off of Webster. It kicks all the way to Saltalamacchia, who throws it in the ground, and reaching at first base is Arcia. A base hit for Arcia.
And once that ball hit Webster, he had no idea where it was, and the only person that knew was Saltalamacchia. Saltalamacchia trying to rush that throw to first base, obviously not in time, as they're out to check on Webster right now. Nice stop there by Napoli, keeping that ball from going down the right field line.
You know, Felix Dubron, who is part of the bullpen tonight, may be part of this game very soon as he heads out to the bullpen a little earlier than he anticipated. And he may be the first guy in. This would have been his start, so would have been his day. Could go a while, and they may need a guy to go a while right now, as Webster has only got 2 outs here in the first inning and not out of it yet. Aaron Hicks, the batter, came off the bench in last night's game as Wilkin Ramirez got the start in center field. This ball 1 outside. Hicks at 122 in his first season in the majors, making the jump from Double-A to the majors. Off balance cut, 1-1. Two balls and a strike to Aaron Hicks. And Doman with his second home run of the year. Both have come in this series. Throw to first and back to the bag is Arcia. th pitch of the inning coming up here for Alan Webster. And it's grounded foul over towards the Red Sox dugout and into it. Will Middlebrooks on the bench tonight as he had his MRI today. 2-2 pitch. Hicks strikes out, and that'll end the inning. Finally, as Webster ends up giving up 4 runs in the inning. 2-run shot for Ryan Doman. It's 4-0 Twins. The Red Sox come to bat in the bottom of the first inning, and their batting order is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Hitting it off is Jacoby Ellsbury in center field with Shane Victorino in right. Dustin Pedroia at second base. David Ortiz, a DH in the cleanup spot with Mike Napoli at first base. Johnny Gomes in left field bats sixth with Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching. Stephen Drew bats eighth at shortstop. And Pedro Siriaco at third base bats ninth as he gets the start tonight. On the mound for the Minnesota Twins is Pedro Hernandez, a left-hander who makes his sixth appearance of the year, fourth start. 1-0 with a 3.92 earned run average. In 20 2/3 innings, he's got as many strikeouts as he does walks, 9 Ks, but 8 walks, and opponents hitting at 275 against him.
The defense tonight for the Minnesota Twins, they're fifth in the American League. Trevor Plouffe will be at third base. Pedro Florimon, the shortstop. Jamie Carroll at second. Justin Monroe at first. Left to right, Josh Willingham, Aaron Hicks, and Oswaldo Arcia, and Joe Mauer doing the catching for Hernandez.
Cloud-covered Boston. So far precipitation free as we get this ball game underway, and a fast start tonight for the Minnesota Twins. They've jumped out to a 4-0 advantage in the top half of the first inning. Red Sox coming up here in the bottom of the first, and Ellsbury hitting at 278 with a home run, 12 runs batted in. And a first pitch strike. Ellsbury part of the key matchup brought to you by Acura. 3 for 3 with a double off Pedro Hernandez.
Red Sox faced him once here last year as a member of the Chicago White Sox and got to him pretty good. So far this year, he has been very, very tough on left-handed hitters.
It was his major league debut on July 18th against the Red Sox, as this one is fouled off to the left. He's from Venezuela. Last time out was the starter, but did not factor in a Twins 7-6 loss at Cleveland against the Indians. He matched up against Justin Masterson in his last outing as Ellsbury will chop one foul outside of first.